All right, wonderful. Welcome, everyone. Great to see you. And I'm so excited that today we're on day 2 of our Intuition Challenge. So thank you so much for being here, Akasha, Nan Akasha. And today we're going to go into something called Seeing with Your Soul. And so it's the first time I've ever really phrased it that way, and it was part of the intuitive information that came through when I was writing up for today. And there's so many different aspects to intuition. There's clairvoyance, which is seeing visions or dreams or pictures or images, all kinds of things to do with vision and inner vision. So many of my clients who come to retreats will come out of a deep guided journey that I do on the top of a pyramid somewhere, or a shamanic experience that we do, and they'll actually, with their physical eyes, be able to see colors, see the life force coming off of trees, see the air and the different energies making up our world, see the textures and movement and energetic colors usually of them. And it'll last anywhere from a few minutes to a few hours to a few days, usually that vividness. And so what we want to do is begin to live more like that on a regular basis. So inner vision is one skill, one talent, and you have it, but if it's not the first thing that comes for you, it's okay. I used to get frustrated about that. Please don't do that. It took me years to be able to see, and now I see immediately, and I start getting visions, and sometimes it's movies, and we go on journeys, and I can travel with clients in my private sessions and see what they're seeing. Often they'll say, just as I was seeing that, you would say it, right? Or there's oftentimes when clients of mine will see me appear and they're on the other side of the planet. So there's different things I've learned in different mystery schools around energy and how to be. They would see me physically, it's called bilocation, and they would hear me sometimes in dreams, that's clairaudience. They would hear me say their name, or they would hear my name said. You might get that occasionally. I don't hear a lot as in sound, but that is one of the clairs, we call them, which we're going to dive into in the Intuition Awakening course that starts next week. And we're going to look at the different clairs. You have clairsentience. There's two aspects to that. There's feeling as in emotion and feeling as in sensation, right, in your bodies. This is one of the most common forms of clair, of an intuitive receptor. These are receptors, these are sensors, these are ways or senses that you receive information. You're a vibrating conglomeration of energies that come together to make your body. Now, why do they come together this way? It's not an accident. You make a plan as a soul at a soul level. So talking about seeing with your soul, we can talk about that at many different levels. So let's dive into the different things that might mean, because when we're trying really hard to see something or hear something, when we're asking for guidance and we feel frustrated, I don't know about you, but I spent decades feeling like that, right? With little intermittent, like, wow, I had this epic experience, but it was so few and far between. And then there'd be meditative experiences, but I was always chasing that one epic, amazing, out of this world, experience. And what happens is that we get addicted to wanting it to be a certain way. And what we want to do is relax into the way that our intuition is unfolding. So whatever way your senses are waking up, enhance them. Don't spend a lot of energy being frustrated you don't get visions or you don't see things, but you sense things or you know things. So there's all these different levels. There's the knowing. You just know. I don't know why I know. I just know I'm meant to do this. I know I'm meant to go there. I know I'm meant to whatever. That's also very common. But all of these plus many other levels. So the reason for the Intuition Challenge, I hope you did yesterday. If not, don't miss it. Go back. there's about an hour where we really go into some of the really potent concepts happening right now, because everything's moving very fast right now. So fast breakdowns, but fast answers, fast changes, fast expressions, and clearing of your intuitive channels, and connecting to new levels, and receiving information, and starting to get better and better and better at deciphering, at decoding the information that comes through what you feel. So I've had clients who say, one in particular, he said, when I met you, I had this, I just got it, this chill, this tingling go down my back. And that was one of the first really solid intuitive communication methods that I had, because he was, starting to trust his intuition, listen to his inner self, follow, make decisions from that inner level. So the really great thing is that regardless of how you unfold your particular journey, you will be unfolding in the optimal way for you. And who's in charge of that is your soul, or your oversoul. So I had a client who's on a quest. We're doing private work together, and she's literally traveling the world right now, and also going on a spiritual quest, and has also just completed a bunch of big patterns and relationships. It's really major what's going on. And she asked me the other day, she sent me a text and said, what is my higher self and my I am presence the same thing? So I got so excited to answer this question that I went ahead, and I think I should put it down in an email for everybody. But I thought I would explain that as we go into this idea of seeing with your soul. So I want you to recommit every day to yourself and to this process that you're on this week. And then I hope you'll join me next week. We start the Intuition Awakening course, this summer training, and it's all online, and it's all recorded, and you can do it anytime you want, and it's all designed to be repeated to continue to help you open your senses, decipher light languages, speak to your higher self, reach the nature realms, whatever it is that is opening for you. So you might naturally be connected with nature and have an easy connection to that. Some of my clients have that, and we do like amazing experiences and journeys with the nature realms. That may not be something you resonate with right away, even if you love them, right? So whatever level of information, everything is alive, everything is source energy. So let's look at what is your soul and who are you? I want to just acknowledge the Crystal Kingdom is one of my favorite friends, and I call them my friends, and I say hello to them when I come home, and I say goodbye to them, and I say goodnight to them. This is obsidian. I live in the Yucatan, and this is an ancient stone the Aztecs, the Mayans all used for mirrors to track the stars and the planets. They had the most sophisticated calendars of anyone. This stone is protective. It also is healing because it pulls out darkness, whether it's a bruise, and we've literally seen that happen, or heaviness in your heart, grief or shame or sadness or blame or guilt or anger, heavy things, dark things, things that block. And it also protects you. So this is one of my favorite friends to have around. Why? Because it's supportive to my energy and can keep me at a higher state. So if you want to listen to your soul, listen to your heart, be connected to your soul blueprint or plan, your purpose, your mission, be more aligned and fulfilled every day in your life, you need to develop and cleanse your intuitive network so you can see with your soul. You can hear your guidance from all the different levels. You can hear your body more clearly. That would be a good one, right? So in the class, we're going to dive into all of that. Here is some malachite, and many of you probably know malachite. Let's see, there we go. My lighting is doing strange things. And malachite is a green stone. It's a very beautiful stone. It's related to wealth, to abundance, to new growth, to healing, to the heart, lots and lots of things around wealth. Well, spiritual and material riches, right? Physical, mental, emotional riches and wealth. So this asked to be with us today, and this is my little lapis blue, and I call it my Mayan blue heart. I gave these to people who came on one of my retreats. We all had one. We took them to all of the pyramids and ceremonies, so they're encoded with yummy energy. And since I've been here, I believe that this land, that the ancient Maya had a wisdom, a spiritual connection that they left embedded in the land and the stones. And we literally saw on a camera lights coming down over me and my group as we were doing a cleansing, and it was really a cleansing. And I got taken right out, and I was in a whole vision of what was happening at that pyramid in ancient times. It was a school. And I saw the school. I was inside. I was walking in the hallways. Each of the classrooms, they were practicing things like shape-shifting, and stuff like that, maybe like Harry Potter. I don't know. And it was all forms of understanding energy, whether you were healing, whether you were talking to nature and growing food, whether you wanted to understand the elements, whether you wanted to expand past this physical realm and travel, do shamanic travel or soul travel. And I realized that not only had I been there, and I already had a vision of Chris and I when we were on the Koba. This was at Koba Pyramid, right after we moved here. We didn't know we were staying, but we went to the top of the pyramid and we meditated, and I had a vivid past life memory of him. And we were both Mayan brothers, and we were in this school. And we were extremely talented, at the different magic, the different alchemy, the different ways of using the elements. And we would sneak into the school at night, and we would practice all these different things we were being taught about how to journey. And we would go on vision quests. We would do all the typical stuff, but we pushed ourselves even further. And in that life, Chris was the wild one. And he died one day. He went into the lagoon that's near there to be underwater. One of the things you learn how to do is not be affected by elements. So this is very advanced stuff, okay? But the idea that water is a vibrating energy, and when you vibrate higher than its density, it won't drown you. So he was practicing this, and he was under the water, and he got stuck, he got caught, and he called to me. And in my spirit body, I went to him, and I was with him as he died and left his body. And we made a vow that we would come together again. And I love Chris so much. He is my soulmate. We've been together 16 years now. I met him during my divorce. We were both having lives that were crashing, and we both died in the last 2 years and come back. We've had an incredible journey together, and I love him more than I could imagine. And that memory of that life, I felt even a stronger bond. When I look at him and I think, my Mayan brother, I found you, I found you. I feel this opening in my heart that is just beyond belief. And so your soul is all of your lives, and past lives, parallel lives, future lives, they all exist already. Your soul is a piece of source energy, which is just energy with every possibility in it. You take a hunk of that out, that's your soul. At a soul level, you decide, oh, I want to do this, and I'm going to try that, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. And each of these life experiences has things that happen that embed programs, fears, and agreements and soul contracts and things like that. These are things that can potentially block you in your ability to expand and open your intuitive gifts, because there might be a fear that you were burned at the stake. There might be a fear that you were in some way punished or did something wrong when you used your intuitive gifts. And so what we want to do is understand that we go very deep when we start to see with our soul, because we rise out of our body and what we want. We rise out of what we're doing, and okay, I'm going to have to ask people to stop that. And seeing with your soul is not through your ego. It gives you the freedom to be free from your fears, from your limitations, from the agreements you've made with yourself in these different lives. So your soul is a piece of source energy. It has all the energy it needs in any form to take that energy and mold it into a life as a slave girl, a life as a queen in, Germany or England or something, and a life in pioneer times, and a life here and a life there, and trying different genders. And yet they connect because one has a fear that's similar to another. They vibrate and they create a stronger fear. So if you have 10 lives that are very tied to loss of money, and you have a fear of money, and you don't think money is spiritual, and you don't like asking for money, and you're afraid of spending money, and you don't trust yourself around money, and just whatever. I've seen it all. And everybody I've ever worked with has some of these energies around money. It's just a great area to see it. The rest of you all has those same patterns. So when you change a pattern and clear a channel to clearer intuitive gifts, you also give yourself a chance to let go of some of the heavier energies and lift yourself out of that. Okay, that was a lot of noise. So what we're going to do is look at your soul. Is you are now a part of that soul. You're one of those many parts of that soul. In Lakech Alakin is a Mayan saying that means I am another you, you are another me, we are one. We are one because we come from the same soul. We're molded from that energy. And that soul is from source energy, which means we're one with everything. You don't need to really understand those concepts other than to know that if you want to see with your soul, it's more than knowing what your heart desires. It's more than connecting to your soul star, which is your 8th chakra, which is where your higher self is. That is an excellent place to go. I have a whole course on your soul star awakening, where we go up and we activate the 8th chakra and we interact with the higher self in many, many different ways. And so what happens is your soul is deeper, it's multi-layered, it has many, many lives. It means it has many contracts, many experiences, a lot of wisdom, right? And it has a lot of fear. So the talents and the gifts and the wisdom and the strengths come out of everything you do, and so do fears and other things you might be hanging on to. Then this life that you are in is designed, and you go in and you have a give me a second, I apologize, I'm going to have to ask them. All right, thank you so much. Chris is going to go out and ask them to pause for 20 minutes till we're done. Okay, so your soul creates you. When you, as whoever you are right now, so I'm here having a life as Nanakasha, that's one of my many names. And so now I come in and I decide before I come in, I would like to do certain things. I would like to reach this level or have these experiences. What do I need to do to have that? Well, my soul is carrying these fears from these lives, and these times I was betrayed, and these times I lost money, and these times I had my head chopped off, and these times I decided I was no good, and so on and so forth. So you gather them up. You bring in fears on purpose, soul fears that are more intense than the experience you've had in this life. Then you have some experiences that match it. And then you start to go, okay, where's the way out? And right now we're healing it for everyone. So you then, in a physical form, are what the Mayans call a descended God. You've come from source into a soul, you've come from the soul, and now you have to come down layer by layer because you're a huge vibrational being and you're coming into a teeny tiny little body. That's the tip of the iceberg. It's your consciousness, which is very small. It goes out and out and out. So your body is your body elemental, your body intelligence, and you are in it as far as your consciousness. You're looking from it, you're feeling it. Your brain is the vehicle for your mind. That's a subtle body around you, and that has beliefs and fears and agreements from these other soul levels that say, oh, I'm never speaking up because, you know, this bad things happen, or so on and so forth. So then there's your aura. Your aura is just an electromagnetic field from your physical body. Like, you know, you might feel heat off of a light, and you have a field. And then there's your emotional field or body. Then there is your mental body, and then there's many other layers, and these all combine with your chakras, which are energy centers, to make your spiritual anatomy. These are different pieces in a machine, you know, like a car has many pieces to make a functioning you. Your physical body couldn't be animated without all these intersections of spiritual energy centers. So your chakras connect to your glands, connect to different levels within you. They decide the hormones, they help to function, and they're bringing in energy and out of energy all the time. You can receive through your chakras, you can receive through your glands, you can receive through your cells, through your DNA. You can receive through your mind, your eyes, or your inner eye, or all the glands in your brain that make up your inner eye, pituitary, pineal, thalamus, hypothalamus, so on and so forth. And you can hear with physical ears, but you have inner hearing. So I would say that I do a lot of inner hearing, a lot of vision. I do get sensations. Sometimes I feel something as it's coming through. Sometimes I feel what the client is feeling. Sometimes I get a sensation in a part of my body, and then I know that's where they're having, it's telling me something because I'm currently being the channel for what's highest good and optimal for that person. So when you open to your soul and you're willing to hear and to see, which when I say see, eventually you're going to see, you're going to have images and visions and maybe movies. But if you don't, you're seeing by maybe a flash or an idea or a knowing. Remember, I said any of those ways that you receive information, listen to it. And then don't jump to conclusions about what it means. So the biggest thing about seeing with your soul is that I want you to, let's go ahead, look here. I want you to think about seeing with a part of you that doesn't have judgment, it doesn't have fear, it's not stuck in a body, it isn't worried about money. I want you to really have the freedom to let yourself go and be fully present. This is awakening your senses, is tuning in. You're listening, you're paying attention, you're alert, you're not distracted, you're not thinking about 20 different things. So in the Intuition Awakening class next week, nanakasha.com/intuition camp, we're going to go into how to expand how you receive your sensors, how to see with your soul, meaning how to connect to these other parts of your soul, which are other lives. What are their agreements? What are their contracts? What are the things that they know that I could benefit from? What could we free ourselves from? What belief or what fear could we forgive, let go, accept, transform, transmute, transfigure, and empower both of us to move in a new path, to rewrite literally what we've been carrying. This is why you're here, because you are in a optimal position in this accelerated transformation on the planet right now. So instead of being in fear about it, the more present you are to it, the more you can access the energy of what's happening right now. So if you join the intuition camp, you're going to get an opportunity for all of that. All right, so we're going to be doing this every day this week, and Saturday we're going to do live readings. So let's go into seeing with your soul. Intuition is seeing with the soul. This is a famous novelist, Dean Koontz. I think one of my daughters has read his books. I haven't, but I saw this and thought it was wonderful. So as a writer, he's a creative, right? And writers, musicians, even when you're cooking, but typically people who are in more creative types of vocations, they know that they hit their intuition without even thinking about it, right? When you're playing basketball and you become like this expert at basketball, you're just in the zone, you're moving and you're putting that in the basket and you're hooking it and that's intuitive. Practice is part of it, but only to train the muscles. The rest of it is completely intuitive. I lived in London when I grew up, and I was played volleyball, basketball, and track, and I was my favorite was basketball, and I was a top scorer on the team, and I made the All-Europe team, and it was so much fun because literally once I learned the mechanics of it, I feel it, I sense it. It's a feeling. If you play a music instrument, or you create in any way. Even when I did fashion design, I had a fashion design company, and I made patterns, which is a little bit scientific. You use rulers and measurements and things and curves, and you write it. And I had an argument with another pattern maker once he said, it's a science, and I said, it's an art. And he said, no, you have to use your measurements and your tools and only listen to them. And I said, you use them and then you feel it. When there was a curve for a particular kind of sleeve I wanted, I would feel it. And because I had experience with the pattern shapes, I could draw the curve and it would flow through me. Okay, so intuition is seeing with your soul. So every form of intuition, light body guidance, from dreams to sensations to knowing to visions, is your soul, but more of it is going to be your higher self, your I am presence. Your I am presence is the next level to you after your soul. So it's at a very high vibration compared to you. Then there's your higher self, there's your soul purpose in your 9th chakra, and then it comes down into your body. So your I am presence is not the same thing as your higher self, but all of it is you, okay? They are different. At a higher vibration, they are less attached to heavy energies and more clear and can see more possibilities and solutions. Essentially, the higher you raise your vibration, your consciousness. So when you see with your soul, you want to make your intuitive flow a priority and see your life change in ways that you never thought it would. Insights into your personal soul purpose, mission, patterns, likes, gifts, talents, powers. There is a lot going on within you. Don't try, this is one of my favorite authors, A Wind in the Door, but the one that I liked, why is it not coming to me, that's the book that this is from. But she wrote an amazing book, children's book supposedly, about tesseracts, about traveling great vast distances across the universe, called A Wrinkle in Time. She wrote A Wrinkle in Time, if you're familiar with that. So there is a lot going on within you. You have these layers of you. There's your body and your body intelligence, and then the layers of your emotional and mental field, and that's full of stuff. And some of it you just don't feel in control of because you brought it with. So in intuitive work, we cleanse and clear to find those things and then to extract from them the juices, the gold, and then we let them go so we can rise higher. Don't try to comprehend with your mind. Your minds are very limited. Use your intuition. Your mind is very limited. Your mind can help you take a concept and bring it into a plan. Oh, I'm going to do this today, and I'm going to call that person at 9, and then I have to go here and buy this, and then I'm going to go there. Excellent thing for your mind. The rest of it, you need to be connected to your intuition, because if you're not listening to it or connected to it, you are living in like the dark, right? You're blind to being guided by a higher part of you. So your intuition is the missing link to the life that your heart calls you to. Sing with your soul. What? Seeing, with your soul has many levels and meanings to it. It might mean seeing through your soul star, your 8th chakra, the home of your higher self, or it could mean seeing with your soul, the full soul that you are part of and all of your lives that we discussed. So, okay, so let's go ahead and dive into our beautiful awakening challenge for today. Take a nice deep breath in. And in your heart say, I am ready and willing to be a clear and open channel, connected to my highest good and that which is optimal for me at this time. Send the intention and the message with your breath and let it move through every layer of you. Take another deep breath in. I'm ready and willing and open and receptive to be fully present and receive the guidance in whatever form is optimal for me at this time, for my highest good. Send that message out with your breath, that intention, the declaration, the breath is all moving through every layer of you. And as it moves, it's rearranging, it's picking up garbage, it's moving things that are in the way from you having this clear connection. Now take a breath in, and I want you to take a breath in through your crown, okay, through the top of your head. Draw it in, down into your eye, your throat, your heart, and your chest, your lungs. Let it expand and say, I am open and receptive to a clear connection to my soul and the vision for my purpose and mission. Now you're sending that directions, that new order out into your universe of your light body. Stand in the center of your being. Come present now. Feel your heart. Yesterday you peeled down some of the heaviness and layers, and it expanded and filled, and there's a flow of life force coming. Relax. Expand. And now reach your awareness from the heart out and up into the throat. And like a bubble of energy from the heart, you expand it. It's now around your chest and your shoulders and your arms and your throat. And you expand it again. I'm ready and willing to see with my soul, to see the guidance, to see the support. This bubble of light that is your heart expands up and encompasses your head and down your belly and your root. And you take another deep breath in. And as you do, this bubble of light and love from your soul and your heart expands out until it encompasses your whole body, your soul star and your earth star. I am love. I am infinite. I am here with a purpose and a soul. I am that I am, Ea, Escher, Ea. Stand in the center, this silence. You have expanded your heart into the soul realms. Your higher self and your earth star, connecting you to Gaia and your higher self. You feel your purpose, your mission, your soul's blueprint all around you, like a constellation that you could just reach into and pull out a star to play with, to look at, to experience. You feel a tapping. There is a knocking. This tapping is your Akashic records. This is a doorway. And it is asking from the other side, will you open? I'm ready. This is another life or lives in your soul. They're on the other side of this door. Can you hear it? Are you willing to hear it? Relax. Let yourself be lifted up. Declare in your heart, I'm open and receptive to a clear channel, communication, and connection to this door. And feel yourself lifted as if your heart is pulled open, wide, and forward. This door is here now. You see how it's embedded deep, deep within you. It was locked, it was shut, it was bolted. Maybe it was built over and covered. Maybe it had many locks, many doors. Your connection to your records, to everything you are, have been all of your lives and your soul, all of your powers and talents and purpose and mission in your soul blueprint was shut away. You're here today because you're ready to open this door. And it's this simple. Yes, I am infinite. I am open to connecting with my infinite nature, my light body, my soul star, my body wisdom, my I am presence, my soul's blueprint, the field of abundance I'm ready to see with my soul. As the door melts or appears, as the locks fall open, as all of the shadows covering it begin to dissipate, you feel an eye opening in your heart. See through this eye, see with your soul. Who is there on the other side of this door? What do they have for you? How will they connect with you? Listen, open, see. We now weave an infinite flow through your heart and through this inner eye and out into the different levels of your soul, from your body's intelligence and aura to your emotional and mental field, out through your crown and your inner eye, through your hands and your root and your feet and your earth star, and down and up through your higher self, in through your stellar gateway. You feel the keeper of your purpose opening the books, unlocking the doors, revealing the codes, connecting you all the way into the field of abundance and to your I am presence. Accept this new opening. Agree to see with this inner eye as we lock it in place. Anchor this new opening. This is a very, very powerful opening. Accept it. I now accept that this has happened for me, that this is integrating and clearing, and I accept and I will support it, notice it, open to it, listen to it. I will see with my soul. I'm ready. Guide me. I'm ready for the support. Thank you. I'm ready for the visions, for the communication, for the sensations, for the guidance, for the light language, for the magic, for the miracles, for the beauty. I'm ready. I'm expanded. I am in my heart. My heart is expanded. It's all around me. The eye within my soul and my heart is opened and awakened. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am that I am, E.A. Escher, E.A. I am that I am. I am infinite. I am flow. I am connected. I am clear. Anchor into your root. Come down your legs. Feel your feet. Reach into the earth and your earth star. Now draw up this malachite green energy. Bring it up through every layer, root, solar, heart, higher heart, throat, down your arms, into your hands, up through the eyes, the ears, the brain, the crown, the inner eye, up to the soul star. I accept. I let go. I transcend. Enveloped in compassion. You feel your mind, body, and all the layers of you beginning to harmonize. Feel a mist of the full color spectrum, all different colors shimmering and shining in a mist of light and energy pouring down on you, to you, and around you, harmonizing you with your new, open, inner eye of the soul. We give great thanks for this awakening, this activation, for this beautiful moment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May this power and circle and experience go with us with every breath and step, that we may see with the soul and it become more and more 10, 20, 30, 50, 80, 90% of our vision. We give thanks to our higher selves, our I am presence, and our body elementals. We give thanks to this beautiful infinity healing chamber, this moment in time, and to Gaia and all the energies, the angelic realms. Thank you to the ascended masters. Thank you to the elementals. Thank you to all levels of celestials, to all of my selves and my lives, my soul. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May this circle be open yet unbroken, and this new open eye stay with you and continue to align with your everyday life. Right, wow, beautiful. So again, something beautiful to repeat for sure. That was a very powerful one. And to just debrief gently, it's good to stay after these quiet, listen, feel it, anchor the sensations, the memories, expand through your senses. What are you seeing, sensing? What colors? What do you taste? What does it remind you of? Every sense that you notice and become aware of and acknowledge strengthens you reconnecting with this experience. Every time you do it, you get a new experience. You anchor and open that inner eye. You create this clear space. So this is many different light body tools together came through, expanding your heart so that you're within it, acknowledging the different layers of you, and opening and awakening this. So your heart has been expanding the first 2 days. This is beautiful. Acknowledge you're multidimensional. Don't worry if you don't understand the different layers of you. We have the Light Body School. We have Infinity Light Weaving. We have the Soul Star Awakening. We have all kinds of ways to help you with whatever in particular you want. But do look at the Intuition Awakening, because it is an opportunity for you to play with me, to expand, to use the energy right now, and to continue what we're doing this week even deeper. So this is just a taste. Woo! That was wonderful, very exciting. So we will drop a link below. It's nanakasha.com/intuition awakening, intuition camp for the course. If you want to see, there's a payment plan, there's a discount, there's bonuses, there's all kinds of goodies. One is a reading with me and other things you can start with right now. So I want you to continue to awaken your senses. So at shop.nanakasha.com, we have tons and tons of fantastic meditations and sessions and courses, and hopefully retreats again soon. And in the meantime, subscribe to the YouTube channel so that when I go live, you get a notice. And I hope to see you again tomorrow. In Laket Chalakin, I am another you, you are another me. We are one. Thank you for awakening. This is so fun. Now, I'm going to quickly say hi to everybody. Hi, Vivian, and hi, Laura, and Sandra, and Julie, and Josie, and Jill, and Gino, and Pat. Pat says she felt an anxiousness and constriction in my solar plexus free up. Ooh, good. And my breath able to expand during the meditation. Thank you, Nan. Excellent. Very, very good. Well, again, everything is communication, right? So remember that. Every sensation, every thought, every memory. That's why at the end, before you really start to enter your life, if you write it down or you just sit with it and you go through what you felt, that was interesting. What did that mean? Recently, I have a client who has expanded her senses so much since we worked together that she is now having vivid dreams that are their guidance on steroids. Okay, they're like different people that she knows in her family talking to her and all kinds of things. And she got warnings, several warnings, like really like a Buddhist monk saying, don't go this way. And somebody that she knows saying this, I'm worried about you, and someone else. And so it's very interesting. Do you need to pay attention? Yes. Do you need to be afraid of it? No. But you had an anxiousness and constriction there. We don't want to ignore those anymore. We don't want to survive through them. We want them. Ooh, thank you for coming up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, good. And then when you do these things, this is what's going to happen. When you awaken your intuition to a higher level from wherever you are now, so many of you are very advanced already, that's great. You're just going to go to the next level. So there's always another expanded level of your senses. You're going to encounter then something that you thought you weren't aware of, right? You weren't aware you had a block there. So again, it's interesting, that solar plexus, right? So Amy had that yesterday. And so there's a lot of things, right? Looking into what does that mean for you? What does it mean solar plexus wise? What does it mean? What light and power is coming into you? So letting go of anxiousness and constriction is going not only to let the breath go, but digestion. And what I notice a lot is that we don't digest experiences, pains, griefs, guilt, energies, emotions, and they get stuck energetically. So this is another reason, if you become intuitive, you're going to be better at your job because you just intuitively know what people want. You can tune to people if you want to help them, or with your children or your family or your partner, or anywhere you go. You can attune, you can see and sense an energy. You can know that's not for me, I'm not going over there, but this feels better for me too. You can start to support yourself more and more. And when you have the intuitive senses, like I'm feeling a constriction, constriction is this, it's a low energy, it's this, it's never expansion. So intuition, remember we learned yesterday, is expansion and flow. Let's see. Oh, thank you. The link's right there if you want it. Sandra, hi, sweetie, beautiful. Thank you. You're welcome. Hi, Amy. Thank you. We'll probably sleep after this as I did yesterday. That's an excellent thing to do. Write, sleep, dream, anchor those feelings. If there's a particularly vivid image, or ask for it. Okay, as a hypnotherapist, I did 5 years of master level work, and understanding how our mind works, how energy patterns work, how encoding embedded habits, they're in your cells, they're in your brain, they're in your nervous system, they're also in levels of your subtle bodies and your soul. So you're doing a lot of deep work in here. I'm not surprised you need to sleep. All right, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.